Welcome to another exciting edition of How to Own a Young Earth Creationist, henceforth known as a YEC. Today, lesson number 36,341,018. Design requires a designer.
Once more, the very design of nature, the very order of nature, is a sign that God exists. The ecologist screams, you change the earth even slightly, even 1/10 of 1%, and it will make it impossible for life to exist upon the earth.
I gave you a whole world of massively intricate things that could never be created by man himself. And also the Holy Spirit manages this world. How do you think it stays together all by itself? We'd fly apart without God's management of this earth.
Follow along in your YEC Owner's Manual, pages 19 to the page right after the two that are stuck together with an unknown adhesive. Rebuttal 1. Exactly what perfectly functioning universe are you referring to? Perfection in nature has never been observed. In fact, nature is extremely chaotic and unpredictable. For example, at least 1 in 5 fertilized ova are spontaneously, or more to the point naturally, expelled from the uterus. This fact is not consistent with a perfectly functioning universe, nor is it consistent with a paranoid, sadistic bully of a god who sends bears to kill children if they make fun of his friends. When the infallible process of DNA replication goes wrong, God's children are blessed with deformities and handicaps that make life much more interesting, at least for the people not blessed with God's grace who can't stop staring. God has also blessed us with a host planet that provides water, heat, refrigeration, and an excellent device for testing structural integrity of our building. The intelligently designed human eye will decrease in functionality as time goes on due to fundamental design flaws in the eye of the Homo sapien. The absolute absence of any type of industry that is completely devoted to technologically correcting problems with the perfect human eye is evidence that God exists and that Christianity is correct to the exclusion of all other possibilities.
God created things so intricately here on the earth that any normal person should be able to look at it and say, well, there must be some kind of being that's smarter than us that made it, because we can't make any of this.
Life is no more suited for Earth than this cheap scotch is suited for this glass, my wife's new candle holder, this tin for stupid Irish music, the top of a CD cake box, this ceramic turtle, or this hard drive casing. God damn you all, now I have to drink all of this cheap scotch or it will go to waste. This lesson will need to be concluded at a later time. Fortunately, godless technology allows for the viewer to experience the finished product regardless of the blood alcohol level of your narrator over the past 16 hours. Evolutionary biology has firmly established that life will take the path of least resistance. Being dependent on things that are readily available is the best strategy for survival. An organism that drinks water, eats sugar, and breathes oxygen is much more likely to survive than one that eats gold, drinks crude oil, and breathes xenon. Gay-looking pangolins eat termites because of the overabundance of the termite in the region of the world where gay-looking pangolins live. Rebuttal 2. Order can come from chaos. Bimini Road is an extensive collection of rocks that are rectangular in shape. The rocks are laid out in such a manner that some believe it is an ancient road, hence the name Bimini Road. This is actually beach rock, and its natural explanation passes muster of the scientific community. Crystals are also extremely ordered structures, but there is a perfectly satisfactory explanation for them that makes no appeal to a deity that decided to kill all living things because there was too much violence on Earth. Order in nature is no more an evidence of God than order of French fries is evidence of an embarrassing canker sore on what we will loosely call the penis of a gnome who just got promoted to manager of an underwear factory on Saturn. Rebuttal 3. Design in nature is a false perception. The human brain and the brains of animals have evolved to be exceptionally good at detecting danger and keeping their corresponding organisms out of it. One of the mechanisms of this ability is called intelligent agent detection. This is a brain's ability to detect an intelligent and purposeful intent to do harm to the body that it is currently controlling. For example, suppose you are walking down a dark alley late at night in what you know to be an area of town with a high rate of street crime. Without warning, you hear something fall, causing a loud clanging sound coming from behind the dumpster near that dark doorway. There are any number of things that could have caused this sound. However, your intelligent agent detection mechanism immediately insists that the noise was caused by a crazed pervert lurking behind the dumpster who plans on violating every orifice in your body, including ones you didn't even know you had. Your brain considers all options and decides that it can live the rest of its life perfectly happy if it doesn't know what actually caused that noise, and elects at that point to speed up the 1 foot in front of the other motion, thus propelling it and all of your orifices away from the perceived danger at a high velocity. Whether or not there was a danger, your brain simply decided to err on the side of caution and protect you and your tight virgin orifices. Intelligent agent detection, like all neurological mechanisms, can easily generate a false positive. There are some individuals who perceive a purposeful intent to harm them in everything around them. This is what causes these people to line the walls of their dwelling with aluminum foil in order to stifle the mind control signals being broadcast by the government. Intelligent agent detection is more than just a mechanism for detecting danger and or unauthorized orifice entry. Intelligent agent detection can detect purposeful agency in completely inert situations. For example, seeing a neatly mowed and trimmed yard free of weeds and debris, one might say to him or herself, "My, but how the Johnsons keep a fantastic lawn." In this example, intelligent agency detection perceived a purposeful and intelligent action, that of yard care, on the part of the Johnsons. Looking at this enlarged photograph of a snowflake, it is easy to see why intelligent agency detection would suggest that this object had an intelligent designer. However, a natural explanation of its formation is readily available, and understanding of its formation does not require an appeal to a god that may or may not want you to knife a goat, refuse to eat pork, kiss a wall, or submerge a person's head in water. Bimini Road fits neatly into the sensory pattern known as a road, including the fact that its name has the word road in it. When we access our knowledge of roads, we find that they are designed and constructed by a purposeful and intelligent agent, also known as a road crew. Intelligent agency detection has been so strong in some that they have suggested that Bimini Road is in fact a path to the lost continent of Atlantis. Again, it is not necessary to appeal to mythological civilizations or creatures from the island of Dr. Moreau in order to explain the perfectly natural phenomenon such as Bimini Road. It is very easy to see why even a reasonable person might see intelligent agency in things like DNA, flagellum motors, snowflakes, and Bimini Road. This completely natural and impulse-generated perception is one that the rational thinker must be willing to part with should further, more objective investigation reveal otherwise. So the next time a YEC with diarrhea of the facial portal tries to slip the old design requires a designer ploy past you, use any of the above rebuttals and you can be sure to take ownership of your YEC with the greatest of expedients. This is Jaguar Jones saying good day and happy owning.